Hey guys, good to be with you. Welcome back to the channel. Wow, there's been, some updates and a lot of fun and fantastic things happening here at Legendary Language Learner. I hope you guys have been watching some of my shorts videos. I've been putting more of those out recently, and I'm enjoying that. I'm having fun with that, trying something new. So let me know if there's any sort of little shorts videos you'd like to see about my daily life here in China. But I wanted to make this video today to show you the mock-up for heading into Language Land 2 and sort of mark this moment in time. It's a special moment because I have brought my work on heading into Language Land 1 to conclusion, and I have released that game. If you're not aware of that, check it out. It's available now at languagecardgames.com. It's available in print and play form, in an online version, in a real deck form. There's commission cards available, there's foil cards available. So that game is a world that's truly going to make your language learning process unforgettable. So I've put that out, and I've started to work on the second game. Actually, I had started work on the second edition of this game probably a few months prior, or several months prior, because I was starting to collect some writing ideas for where the story could go next. I was starting to imagine what some of the new characters and new monsters could be. And then I decided that I would do something a little bit different. In the past, I would tend to write the story out as completely as I could, and then start to think about what the cards should be. And as I worked on the cards, I realized that what's going to be on the cards and what's in the story were kind of playing off each other. Sometimes as I was working on the cards, I would think of a character or a type of pickup or some location that wasn't in the story or really wasn't fleshed out very well in the story, and so I would put it into the story. Or in the course of working on the story, doing some editing, the story would give me an idea for something that I really want to make sure became a card. So I realized that the story writing and the game design really play off of each other in an exciting way. So this term, I really wanted to sort of access that phenomenon more intentionally and visualize the game cards. You can see behind me, this is a mock-up. I've never done something quite like this before, but I wanted to draw on a whiteboard all the cards that will be in the game and on a whiteboard so that I can easily sort of make changes, erase something, try a different idea, move cards around, and it'll be nice and big and up on my wall so I can contemplate it often as I'm writing the story. So I can write the story, I can come to this board, I can change some things, and it's really just going to help me to visualize how the whole thing's going to look in the end. And what's crazy is, the last game, I worked on it in any spare moment I could find over the course of several years. I think it took roughly around 3 years of working in my spare time to bring that game to fruition. This is heading into Language Land 1 right here. It came out looking absolutely fantastic, and I've had a couple of old friends, old fans, old customers come back to purchase this one, and I've already sent several games out to various countries, so I'm really excited that it was well received. But that game took a long time, so it's a little bit surreal to be making this video now, but I've already brought many games from the point of an idea to fruition, to the marketplace. So if you're having trouble with a project, maybe you're not even a game designer, but maybe you just have some sort of long-term project that you'd really like to see come to fruition, I'd like to help you with that because I learned a lot going through that process several times. This most recent game is the one that took me the longest. It took the most perseverance, dedication, and focus. And I'm making this video now just to sort of mark this moment in time because I know this one's also going to take quite a long time. I really don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going to stick with it until I get to the end and it's the best game I can possibly make. The last game, heading into Language Land 1, it took quite a while because I also really had to flesh out the rules. The rule book took quite a long time. And also, I did something I had never done before, which is I hired artists to create original artwork according to my vision. And communicating with the artists actually took much more time than I expected. I naively thought that would make the process faster than me collecting my own artwork or photos from the internet. Stock photography I used a lot, or I even made some of my own artwork sometimes. But communicating with artists about all the subtle details, it was very exciting and fun, but it also took a lot of time. So I'm hoping that as I go into heading into Language Land 2, this next game, I won't have to pour so much effort into creating the rule book. The main rules, I mean, they're already there. And I know how to work with artists better now, and I also have some that understand my project, and it'll be easier to, get back in the groove with them and make some new pieces. But it might take a similar sort of length of time, only because I want to try to make sure it's even better than this last game that I just put out. I want to try to make every game better than before, maybe try some new things. And as I made this mock-up, I'm already getting new ideas for how I could approach the artwork and the layout differently, and maybe create a slightly different vibe for you guys. I've been collecting different artwork inspirations. So in heading into Language Land 1, the main character, Metamet, he finds out that war is brewing in Language Land, and Emissary Fire Circle was killed by some evil beings who have a sort of poisonous language magic. It poisons the mind. It sort of attaches itself to the languages you know, and if you try to speak them, it ages you and it kills you. And I won't give away the end of the story, but that story comes with the rule book. You can check that story out. You can check the game out. But in the second edition, Metamet is going to try to go to find some people that he can make an alliance with. He's going to sort of beseech the Earth Callers of this sort of like an Earth nation with a lot of tree folk and Earth Caller wizards. He's going to beseech them for help and try to build an alliance because he believes that a war is going to break out. So that story, I'm working on it now, and it's going to be captured in this deck of cards. There's going to be new great characters, new wizards coming out, great fighters, new great enemies, and of course, a bunch of new word categories. The first game has over 100 word categories in it, and this one should be about the same. So what are you waiting for? Get to work on the first one now. The study guide is in the rulebook. If you prepare words in your target languages for all of those word categories, you're going to be off to an amazing start. I mean, you're going to be ready to, you will be taking your language learning to a next level. And by the time you master all of those, I hope this one will be pretty close to coming out. And again, we can launch you forward. Thanks so much for tuning into this video today. Heading into Language Land 2 is in the works. If you have any ideas or questions or comments for it, leave them down below. I love to take my fans and followers and customers' considerations and opinions into the process. So leave those down below in the comment section. I'll see you back here next time at Legendary Language Learner. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.